Hi folks, doing Hero of None here with your Mundus Minute on May 17th, 2019. News, luxury merchant, and golden merchant stuff all in a few minutes. So in the news tonight, there's not a whole lot, except there's this little thing on Monday called Elsweyr that's going to be dropping, and it's going to be taking probably most of the day while it gets patched. Make sure to leave your launcher open during the day, especially if you're one of those folks that go to work or to school. And when you come home, hopefully everything will be up and running for you to get it Elsweyr. If you're looking for something to read on Elsweyr, there's a ton of stuff right now on ElseworldsOnline.com, including talks with Alfred Mullihan, the voice of Abner Tharn, various community guides, meet the characters, and other good stuff like that. In addition to that, on ElseworldsOnline.com, if you go to the forums and into the PTS forum, you'll be able to read some of the patch notes that's been going on for the last month here. And when it actually hits on Monday, they should be posting out the new patch notes for everything that's going live up there as well in the patch and notes section. So guys, check a look at that. Enjoy. Get ready. Dragons, Khajiit, all this is coming on Monday. Now, in the meantime, let us take a look at luxury merchant and golden merchant stuff tonight. So, it's statue day, it seems. We got a dark elf statue, Ordinator, with a bow. We got a statue, Battle Mage. We got a statue, Blade Master. Statue base. Statue of Faith, with the Order of the Hour symbol on the back. Statue of Light. And I'm gonna guess next week it's probably gonna be a few more Ordinators and other statues as well. All these are fairly average price, I'd say, 20,000 to 25,000, and they're a pretty big housing item. And you got a base here that you can use to make them look all nice and pretty. Next up in the golden merchant, sorry, for 150k, you can get Ring of the Night Terror, which adds stamina. Reduces detection radius, health, and when you take melee damage, you deal 2,660 poison damage to attackers. It can occur every 1 second. I'd say it's an average set here, not really that great. The 3-piece here, it's nice for the sneak detection, but honestly not that great. You can probably pair this off with one of the new sets that's coming up in Elsweyr, which is a medium set, which also gives reduction to sneaking radius. But honestly, if you're going to be making that type of build, you're just doing it for stealing, for example, you probably use something like a Wood Elf, this set, that other set, maybe an Even Nightblade, and use it for stealing, and that's about it. Like, you wouldn't use this in actual combat as much, because once you actually get yourself out of stealth, you really don't get yourself back into stealth and stay in stealth for that long. So yeah, probably skip that. You don't actually need the gold. Just go ahead and get this out of the standard stuff there. I think this drops in Cold Harbor, but not quite sure. I can't quite remember where it comes from. Ring of the Hatchling Shell. Physical resistance, spell resistance, maximum health, and gain a damage shield equal to 20% of your maximum health for 15 seconds every 15 seconds. Alright, this looks like a good shield, but honestly, it's not that great. The physical resistance and spell resistance doesn't help anything to that max health stat that you're looking at. In addition to that, you're looking at a 20% shield for your maximum health. So let's say it's a 40k health. So let's say you have 40k health. 20% on top of that, you're looking at maybe an 8k shield. You have other shields out there that do better damage shields than that. Just off the top of my head, there's a one in White Gold Tower that you can get that will do, I want to say it's about 1,200, 1,600 of a damage shield on attack, which just gives them more in general, and it actually gets to everyone in your group. So this is a very selfish set, not really good. I wouldn't say it's good for PvP or PvE as well. You can also get this out of, what is it? What's the zone? Shadowfen. But it still has a 20% here, and it's still 15 seconds, so you don't even get any benefit for that added stats here, only to the 2, 3, and 4 piece. So again, skip this one, not worth it in my opinion. Flame Blaster Ring, which is out of shoot, what's the DLC dungeon for this? I remember all these dungeons off the top of my head. Blundered Forge. Maximum Magicka, spell damage, spell penetration, and when you deal damage, you have 10% chance to summon a line of fire that moves forward for 1 second. Deals 10k flame damage to any enemy in its path. Effect can occur once every 10 seconds. So it's nice, but honestly, 10k, not a lot for PvP. In addition to that, it is one of the few sets that I can say gives you spell penetration, but typically you probably want to get physical penetration over spell penetration, because most builds that you have, if you have a 5-piece spell penetration, or sorry, if you have a 5-piece light armor set, you're already getting spell penetration, so you're over penetrating with this kind of. If you really wanted it, you could probably go with the 4-piece on this and then just get the 5-piece for the proc. Might be useful inside non-CP campaigns as well, but ultimately probably pass on that, especially for the gold cost of 250k. Spider Cultist Ring, which I believe comes out of Fungal Grotto. Might be wrong on that one. This one gets spell critical, max magicka, spell damage, and adds 450 spell damage to your destruction staff abilities. Looks like a good set, but it's only destruction staff abilities. A lot of magicka classes will use a combination of both destruction staff and class abilities, which won't get the benefit from this 450 spell damage. If you want something with spell damage and probably a little bit more useful, probably go Spell Strategist, Burning Spell Weave, Nexus Touch, and various other sets that give you spell damage for all your abilities. Also, that one's 250k, again, another high cost. Now for 100k, Celine's Visage is on sale, and I'd actually probably recommend getting this if you're not a PvEer. So if you're doing all PvP all the time, this set is actually a meta set for damage. It kind of goes between this, Falcon Scoria, Valadreth, and other sets like that, but this one is a pretty good one to grab if you're not doing the dungeons. You can get this out of the standard non-DLC dungeons, and it is a good one to get. But if you don't want to run those dungeons over and over again, go ahead and grab this for 100k this week. In addition to that, you also have Engine Guardian's Guise, Health Recovery, and when using an ability, you have a 10% chance to summon Dwarven Automaton for 1,162 health, stamina, or magicka, or for 0.5 seconds every for 6.5 seconds. Now, this used to be a pretty good set back when resources were really important. Now it's kind of teetering back and forth. I'd probably say for non-CP campaigns, this is a good buy, especially the impenetrable version of this. But for PvE, you almost never use this. You have too many other good sets out there, and your resource management's usually just a heavy attack. For PvE on CP campaigns, I rarely see anyone use this unless they're doing a really tanky build, in which case they're really not doing that much damage in general. So probably skip this unless you're doing something like a CP campaign build. But if you're looking to just get a helmet and you don't want to run PvE to get this, pick it up for 100k or the equivalent AP amount. Anyways, guys, that's your Mundus Minute. I'll see you on Monday for Elsweyr.